This is something we've wanted ever since they were little. You know, before they were even ready for kindergarten, we had discussed putting them into a private school. We knew it was going to be costly, and we knew that up front, and we knew that we had to find the means to do it, and we thought we could do it, but last year we just ran into a difficult situation.
Things in my life changed. You know, my job changed, my financials changed, so the Bridge Foundation was actually there for me at a time when I needed them the most.
Many of our parents would not have had a choice were it not for the EITC. They would have had to send their children to the public school because they could not afford the tuition.
Being a small community organization, one of the things that was put to the community was if your child could do anything better than you could do, what would it be? And the community's overwhelming response was read. And so that was the basis and foundation for the Training Wheels program. It is a tuition-based program, and although we believe the tuition is rather modest, the population that we serve are sometimes very challenged by that amount. And so we try to find ways to help supplement their costs. And we've been a recipient of the Bridge Educational Foundation's support for a few years now.
The parent wants to choose a school where they know their child will receive the best education. In many cases, it's a private school, but the parents say, I can't afford it. But with the help of EITC, they are able to make that choice.
Training Wheels gives our children better than a jump start out the gate for success in the academic world. Most of our population that we serve is approximately 70% in poverty level. These children may be the first generation that has a chance to go to college.
EITC funding for us every year constitutes about $200,000 of our overall budget. Without this financial aid, many of our families couldn't attend the high school of their dreams.
We provide Medicaid managed care services to members in Pennsylvania, all across the state of Pennsylvania. We've been working with the EITC program and with Bridge Foundation for about 6 years. We have donated over $1 million through the Bridge Foundation and the EITC program to students across Pennsylvania.
A lot of our stories from the parents, there's a common thread across all of them. You know, it's, I can't do this, and there's an immediate doubt. Before that parent ever walks through the door, they immediately say, I can't afford this. You know, and then we surprise them with, you can. Mom ends in tears, dad ends with a high five, and that's usually what we, you know, it's a kumbaya moment, and their students are having a great time in the school.
United Healthcare really values its partnership with the Bridge Foundation and its participation in the EITC program because of the value that it provides on a real-time basis to individuals and students directly. We can see the value every day.
My name is Tamika Chaffin. I am the mother of a 4-year-old son who attends the Manchester Youth Development Center. I was one of the lucky ones to be fortunate enough to get a scholarship through the Bridge program.
My name is Renee Fight, and I have 2 daughters, Elizabeth, who is in 5th grade, and Alexandra, who is in 4th grade. And we are thankfully able to send them to a private school from the help of the Bridge Foundation. We recently received a grant that enabled us to keep them in the private school. It was just a total lift of pressure off of me when I found out that we had the grant.
What 4-year-old you know comes home and says, Mom, you know, I want to read books? My son learned Spanish last year at 3 years old. You know what I mean?
I definitely see the school making a difference in both of my girls.
I sit back and think if Tyreek was not eligible, I would be forced to probably put him in just a daycare. There's a difference between being watched and being taught.
There's no shortage of corporations that want to participate because it's such a wonderful value to our students across the state of Pennsylvania.
Look how happy the children are to be in this school. Without your donation, some of these children would not be able to be here. They would have to go to the public school, which for some of them would almost be devastating.
I like to say thank you to everyone that donates to the Bridge Foundation program. It's because of you and your donations that my child and other children can go through a program that I consider to be one of the best. And I just want to say thank you from the Chaffin family.
I just want to thank everyone in the Bridge Foundation. I appreciate everything that they gave me and my family to help us stay in this private school, and I hope they continue to support all these other families out there.